Down syndrome, or trisomy 21, is a chromosomal disorder caused by the presence of all or part of an extra 21st chromosome. It is named after John Langdon Down, the British doctor who described the syndrome in 1866. The disorder was identified as a chromosome 21 trisomy by Jerome Lejeune in 1959. The condition is characterized by a combination of major and minor differences in structure. Often, Down syndrome is associated with some impairment of cognitive ability and physical growth as well as facial appearance. Down syndrome in a baby can be identified with amniocentesis during pregnancy or at birth. Individuals with Down syndrome tend to have a lower than average cognitive ability, often ranging from mild to moderate developmental abilities. A small number have severe to profound mental disability. The incidence of Down syndrome is estimated at 1 per 800 to 1,000 births, although these statistics are heavily influenced by the age of the mother. Other factors also play a role. Physical characteristics: single transverse palmar crease, upslanting palpebraal fissures, poor muscle tone, protruding tongue, a larger than normal space between big and second toes. Here's a picture. Health complications: leukemia, congenital heart defects, gastrointestinal problems, abnormal immune system, eye disorders, hearing loss, obstructive sleep apnea, and early dementia. Here are more pictures of physical characteristics. Oblique eye fissures with epicanthic skin folds on inner corner of the eyes. Here's a picture of poor muscle tone in a child with Down syndrome. A single palmar fold in their hands, so they only have one crease instead of two. A flat nasal bridge. A protruding tongue due to small oral cavity and an enlarged tongue near the tonsils. White spots on the irises, or is known as Brushfield spots. A larger than normal gap between the big and second toe. Genetics: trisomy 21, Robertsonian translocation, duplication of a portion of chromosome 21. Down syndrome is a chromosomal abnormality characterized by the presence of an extra copy of genetic material on the 21st chromosome, either in whole, trisomy 21, or in part, such as due to translocations. The effects of the extra copy vary greatly among people, depending on the extent of the extra copy, genetic history, and pure chance. Down syndrome occurs in all human populations. An analogous effect have been found in other species such as chimpanzees and mice. Here are pictures of Down syndrome in a tiger and in a mouse. The extra chromosomal material can come about in several distinct ways. A typical human karyotype is designated as 46XX or 46XY, indicating 46 chromosomes with an XX arrangement typical of females, and 46 chromosomes with an XY arrangement typical of males. Trisomy 21. 47XX plus 21 is caused by a mitotic non-disconjunction event. Here's a picture how the 21st chromosome is lacking in a child with Down syndrome. With non-disjunction, a gamete, i.e. a sperm or an egg cell, is produced with an extra copy of chromosome 21. The gamete thus has 24 chromosomes. When combined with a normal gamete from the other parent, the embryo now has 47 chromosomes, with 3 copies of chromosome 21. This shows how you get the 3 chromosomes for 21. Trisomy 21 is the cause of approximately 95% of observed Down syndromes, with 88% coming from non-disjunction in the material gamete and 8% coming from the non-disjunction in the paternal gamete. Trisomy 21 is usually caused by non-disjunction in the gamete prior to conception, and all cells in the body are affected. However, when some of the cells in the body are normal and other cells have trisomy 21, it is called mosaic Down syndrome. This can occur in one of 2 ways. 1, a non-disjunction event during an early cell division in a normal embryo leads to a fraction of the cell with trisomy 21, or 2nd, a Down syndrome embryo undergoes non-disjunction and some of the cells in the embryo revert to the normal chromosomal change. There is considerable variability in the fraction of trisomy 21, both as whole and among tissues. This is the cause of 1 to 2% of the observed Down syndromes. Robertsonian translocation. The extra chromosome 21 material that causes Down syndrome may be due to Robertsonian translocation in a karyotype of one of the parents. In this case, the long arm of chromosome 21 is attached to another chromosome, often chromosome 14, or itself. Rarely, a region of chromosome 21 will undergo a duplication event. This will lead to extra copies of some, but not all, of the genes on chromosome 21. The incidence. The incidence of Down syndrome is estimated at 1 per 800 to 1 per 1,000 births. In 2006, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimated the rate as 1 per 733 live births in the United States. That equals 5,421 new cases per year. Risk factors for Down syndrome. Older maternal age, older paternal age, already having a child with Down syndrome, and it carries the genetic translocation. About 90% of pregnant women who are given a Down syndrome diagnosis have chosen to have an abortion. At maternal age 20 to 24, the probability is 1 in 1,562. However, at age 35 to 39, the probability is 1 in 214. And above the age of 45, the probability is 1 in 19. Here's a chart that shows the influence of chances of having a baby with Down syndrome depending on your age. Prognosis for Down syndrome. Adults with good self-help skills can be expected to live into their 50s. Those with poor self-help skills usually live into their 40s. Their lifespan, however, continues to increase. Treatment for Down syndrome. No medical cure, specialist teams, care team, early intervention, and continuing self-help skills. Waiters who are with Down syndrome work at this cafe in Anarcha. Although that's not new all over the world, it is the only and the first in a foreign country, such as Turkey. They don't give up, so they are full hopeful. On the other hand, having motivational support makes the works better. The first World Down Syndrome Day was held on the 21st of March in 2006. Do me a favor and smile.